There comes a moment in every life where the clock doesn't just tick, it roars, where time isn't just passing, it's screaming. And you feel it, don't you? Deep in your chest. That quiet ache that whispers, you were made for more. But most people, they silence that whisper. They bury it under distraction, under comfort, under routine. They trade purpose for safety, passion for permission. And one day they wake up and realize they never truly lived. They existed, they survived, but they never rose. So I'm asking you, right now, in this moment, what are you waiting for? Because this is it. No more tomorrows, no more one days, no more waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect permission. It's now or never. You weren't born to play small. You weren't created to blend in, to shrink, to apologize for your light. There is a fire inside you, maybe dimmed, maybe forgotten, but it's still there, and it's waiting for you to wake it up. You see, everything starts with mindset, not motivation, not luck, not talent, mindset, the lens through which you see your life. Because if you believe the world is against you, it will be. If you believe you're not enough, you'll prove it. But if you believe, truly believe, that every moment is an opportunity, then nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. The mind is a battlefield, and the war is silent. No one sees the thoughts you fight at midnight. No one hears the doubt that creeps in before dawn. But you're still here. You're still standing. And that means something. That means you've already won battles others never dared to fight. But belief is the spark. Belief is the match that lights the mindset on fire. Because without belief, mindset is just theory. And belief isn't just a feeling. It's a decision to back yourself even when no one claps. A decision to keep showing up, even when the results are invisible. A decision to trust the vision, even when the path is covered in fog. Clarity doesn't always come before the first step. Sometimes clarity is what you earn by moving, by taking the risk, by trying, by failing, by learning. That's where the fog lifts, not before. And when you gain that clarity, when you start seeing the difference between what's urgent and what's important, your life begins to change. You stop chasing every shiny distraction. You stop living in reaction. You stop letting the world write your story for you. You grab the pen, you take the wheel, because once you know what you really want, not what your parents wanted, not what society told you to want, not what's trending, but what you in your bones desire, that's when vision is born. And vision is your anchor in the storm. It's the reason you keep going when the process gets brutal. It's the why that outlasts the how. Because without a vision, you drift, you lose time, you lose years. But with vision, you gain something far more powerful than motivation. You gain purpose. Purpose is not a destination. It's not a title. It's not a dollar amount in your bank account. Purpose is the energy that fuels your fire when no one's watching. Purpose is the thing that makes you unshakable. It gives meaning to the pain. It makes the struggle sacred. It transforms effort into devotion. But purpose means nothing without discipline. Because every dream you have, it's locked behind a wall of daily choices. And the only key is discipline. Not the loud kind, not the pretty kind, the quiet kind, the kind that shows up when no one's around, the kind that says no when it's easier to say yes, the kind that gets up again and again without applause. Success isn't found in intensity, it's found in consistency. And discipline, that's what builds consistency into your bloodstream. And here's the truth that most don't want to hear. Action beats everything. You can dream, you can plan, you can visualize until your vision board bursts. But if you don't move, if you don't act, you stay in the same place, just with prettier notebooks. Action doesn't wait for you to be ready. Action makes you ready. You act, you learn, you adjust. That's the loop. That's how greatness is built, one imperfect step at a time. But don't mistake movement for progress. Busyness is not productivity. You've got to move with intention. Every step aligned with your purpose, your vision, your truth. Otherwise, you're just running in circles, exhausting yourself for a life you don't even want. And when the path gets hard, because it will, you fall back on gratitude. Not the fake kind, not the Instagram kind, the real kind. The kind that sees blessings in the middle of the battle. The kind that thanks the struggle for the strength it gave you. The kind that says, this moment may be tough, but it's mine, and I'm alive inside it. Gratitude grounds you. It slows the chaos. It brings you back to now, and now is all you ever truly have. But even with mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, and action, there's one thing you must have to survive the storm. Adaptability, because the world will change. Plans will fall apart. People will let you down. And if you grip too tightly to the way it should have been, you'll miss the beauty of what it could become. The strongest people aren't the ones who never break. They're the ones who learn how to bend, to pivot, to adjust without losing their essence. Because life doesn't care how carefully you planned. It cares how powerfully you respond. And when the world tests you, when everything you've built feels like it's crumbling, you'll need resilience. Not the resilience they put on posters, but the kind forged in the fire of failure. The kind you build when your knees hit the ground, but you rise anyway, again and again and again. Because failure isn't your enemy. Comfort is. Comfort is the quiet killer. It doesn't scream, it whispers, it seduces, it tells you, you've done enough. Rest, settle, coast. But comfort has a cost, and that cost is your potential. You were not made to die with your greatness still inside you. You were not built to leave this world full of could-haves, should-haves, and regrets. Because let's face it, the clock is ticking, not metaphorically, literally, and you don't get to control how many ticks are left. So why then are you still doubting? Why are you waiting for someone to give you permission to rise, to change, to become? The truth is, no one is coming, no savior, no hero, no mentor with a magic plan, just you, facing the mirror, deciding if today is the day you stop shrinking and start becoming. And you will be tested, you will be doubted, mostly by yourself. You will fall, you will be laughed at, you will be misunderstood, misjudged, misquoted. But every time you get up, every time you go again, you teach the world who you really are. You learn that resilience isn't just bouncing back. It's bouncing forward. It's using pain as propulsion. It's using rejection as redirection. It's turning every scar into a source of power. And through it all, you must keep learning. Because life doesn't reward what you know. It rewards what you do with what you know. You grow when you stay curious. You evolve when you admit you don't know everything. You transform when you realize that every person, every moment, every setback has something to teach you. The most dangerous belief in the world is, I already know that. Because that belief stops growth. It kills innovation. It builds ego, not excellence. The real warriors, they stay students, always. They ask questions. They listen more than they talk. They don't chase validation. They chase wisdom. And they apply it daily, even when it's inconvenient, especially when it's inconvenient. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in discomfort, in stretching, in breaking, in rebuilding. And all of this, every bit of it, leads to the most powerful shift of all, ownership. No more blaming, no more excuses, no more, but they did this to me, or it's not fair. You want freedom? Own everything. Own your past. Own your choices. Own your energy. Own your outcome. Because the second you take full ownership, you take back your power. You realize you were never a victim. You were a warrior in training, being forged, being carved, being shaped for something bigger. And that something is calling you right now, this very second. But here's the part no one tells you. You won't feel ready, ever. And that's exactly when you must leap. Not when the fear is gone, but when the fear is loud and you do it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the presence of it. And every time you face it, you expand. You grow into the person you were always meant to be. Not the version the world told you to be. Not the version that plays nice and plays safe, but the raw, bold, unfiltered you. And the beautiful part? That version of you has always been there. Underneath the layers, the expectations, the noise, the fear. But now you hear the roar. You feel the urgency. You know the truth. It's now or never. No more delay, no more distraction, no more numbing your pain with pointless scrolling, with comfort food, with shallow conversation. No more chasing dopamine instead of discipline. No more running from responsibility, from challenge, from the mirror. Because you've got one shot at this life, this moment, this breath. And it's not about success for the sake of trophies. It's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right, about honoring the gift you've been given, the body, the brain, the breath, about standing at the edge of your own fear and saying, watch me fly anyway. Because that's what the world needs. Not another clone, not another copy of a copy, but you, fully alive, fully awakened, fully engaged in this precious, brutal, beautiful life. So rise, even if you tremble, rise. Even if your voice shakes, rise. Even if no one understands you, rise. Even if it takes everything you've got, because on the other side of that effort is everything you've ever wanted. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late. You are becoming. And this moment, this one right here, is the beginning. It's now or never. So what are you going to do with it? This moment, this choice, this breath of possibility that has landed right in your hands. Because the truth is, not everyone gets this far. Most quit when it gets hard. Most fold under pressure. Most drown in the weight of opinions that don't even matter. But you're still here, still standing, still fighting, still breathing. That means something. That means you've got something left. And you owe it to yourself, not to anyone else, to find out just how far you can go. You owe it to the 5-year-old version of you who once believed anything was possible, who dreamed without filters, who wasn't afraid to want big things. You owe it to the version of you that survived nights of doubt, that kept going when no one clapped, that fought battles no one saw. You owe it to the people who never had the chances you do, to those who came before you, who sacrificed and struggled so you could stand in the shoes you're standing in now. And above all, you owe it to the person you're becoming, the one waiting on the other side of discipline, the one on the other side of courage, the one on the other side of this very decision. Because the life you want, the legacy you crave, the greatness you feel calling you from the depths of your soul, it's not waiting for someday. It's not coming with comfort. It's not hiding behind maybe next year. It's waiting for one thing only, for you to say yes. Yes to the work, yes to the sweat, yes to the silence, yes to the nights when no one sees you, but you show up anyway. Yes to the vision that scares you and excites you in the same breath. Yes to failure, yes to rising, yes to learning, yes to starting over again and again until you get it right. Because the world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who give a damn, people who live awake, people who show up real with all their flaws, fire, and faith. People who understand this simple, brutal, beautiful truth. This is it. This one life, this one chance, this one shot to say, I didn't just exist. I didn't just follow the script. I lived, I chose, I created, I became. So don't wait, don't stall, don't scroll past this like it's just another moment in your day. Because this is your line in the sand. This is the second where everything can shift, not because of magic, but because you finally decided to move. No more shrinking, no more apologizing for your hunger, no more dimming your light so others feel more comfortable in the dark. This is your permission, not from me, not from the world, but from you, to rise, to build, to break the cycle, to become the legend your bloodline has been waiting for. And when it gets hard, and it will, remember, hard is not the end. Hard is the beginning. Hard is the test before the transformation. Hard is the fire that forges gold. So let it burn. Let it shape you. Let it strip away everything that's not real until all that remains is the most unapologetic, unbreakable, unstoppable version of you. The one that walks into the storm and says, I was made for this. The one who no longer waits. The one who no longer asks for the life they want, but builds it, brick by brick, day by day, until the dream becomes reality. Because it's not luck, it's not fate, it's not timing, it's a choice, and it's now or never.